श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तः पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि, सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Hari Om and Namaskar to everyone. So, which are the 6 pramanas? Without looking, Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana. Without looking, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi, Shabda Pramana. Okay, these are the 6 main pramanas. We have categorized Anumana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi into one. We're calling it logic in a simple way. So, 3 main pramanas. Which are the 3? Pratyaksha, Anumanadi and Shabda. So a lot of our knowledge, lot, बहुत सारा हमारा ज्ञान क्या यही 3 से ही होता है. Then we have mudra praman. Mudra praman means what? Gestures, expressions. You know the way a person walks, where a person walks also. आप जब चलते हैं ना, कहाँ चलते हैं? रास्ते में चलते हैं तो रास्ते में बीच में चलते हैं, साइड में चलते हैं. It shows the mood of your mind. Are you aware of that? How you sit, what, everything. We think that no one understands us. A lot of people understand a lot of things about us. You know, those who are psychologists and all will have some other sort of an insight into what? Us. So, what do we understand? That there is something called what? Mudra pramana. Mudra doesn't mean just gestures. In dance and all, they will explain. You know, that this everyone knows. What is this? Either Abhaya or Ashir. Isn't it true? So all these different mudras they will give. Then the lotus they will give something. All the pataka. You know, everyone. Then they study Bharatnatyam. They learn all these things. You know, mudra. And then of course naturally the expressions. All these Shada Rasas, you know, acting and all use a lot of what? These expressions. Mudra pramana. So much is conveyed through expressions, gestures, etc. We also do that. All of us do that. Right. That is mudra. Then aitihik means historic evidence. Okay. History is also taken as praman. Is it true or not? Yeah. So what do? They gather what? Data and artifacts and whatever they can. You know, they go to these archaeological sites and then they carbon dating. Don't they do all of that? And don't we think of that as pramana? Yes. That Rama Setu exists. We have this. You know, understand. So, this is aitihik pramana, means historical. That is also considered as pramana only. And is it not based on perception? Pratyaksha? Yes, you have to get evidence. So, every pramana is based on what? Pratyaksha. Now, if you have understood this, now, Which is the pramana, which is the means of knowledge for Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam? Which is the pramana? Pratyaksha, right? Can we use Pratyaksha for knowing? Can we say Atma, okay, I am showing Atma, everyone look at it and pass it on? Can we do that? No, why not? Can we hear Atma? Arey, many people say Atma ka आवाज सुना. I heard the आत्मा का आवाज सुन सकते हैं, महसूस कर सकते हैं आत्मा का आवाज. See all this is all na what all definitions we have of Atma. This typical happens, don't worry. So why this is so important to know is Lakshana Pramanabhyam Vastu Siddhi. Remember that first we must determine the Lakshana, then we will realize what Pramana we can use or not use. So let us determine the Lakshana. What is the Lakshana? The characteristics of Atma, if you have to call them characteristic: formless, nameless, timeless, spaceless, qualityless, etc. So if it has no form, can you see it?
No.
Bolo.
No.
Can you feel it?
No.
Can you touch it?
No.
Can you smell Atma?
No.
Which one was left? Hear Atma?
No.
Right? Taste Atma. Arey, that will be wonderful. तो शब्द स्पर्श रूप रस गंध से क्या आत्मा महसूस कर सकते हैं? नहीं, क्योंकि उसमें न शब्द है, अशब्द, अस्पर्श, अरूप, अरस, अगंध, etc. Okay? So therefore, pratyaksha will not work. That is a characteristic of Atma. Now if pratyaksha does not work, can anything else work?
No.
Because everything is based on what? Pratyaksha. Someone should have seen it for it to become Shabda Praman. Is it true or not? If I have not seen it, how can I describe it? Got the point? So Pratyaksha doesn't. Can Anuman work? Why? Anuman is based on? Come on. Logic nahi. On Pratyaksha. Until unless everything is, I told you that already. Ultimately everything is based on what? Pratyaksha. And the fact that there is no Pratyaksha, no one ever, millions, billions, trillions of years ago, now, or will ever see Atma. Hare Rama. क्या करोड़ों कोटि सालों से किसी ने आत्मा को देखा ही नहीं है, न कोई देख रहा है, न कोई देख पाएगा, क्योंकि क्या है? अरूप है, अशब्द स्पर्श. Swami ji, why did you not tell us on the first day? We would have only done japa, forget about Atma. No one has ever seen, no one will ever see, no one is seeing. Then why are you wasting this time? We can do japa in this time. है ना? टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हैं खाली बिली. Let's forget about Atma. Let's talk about something else. Now, it says, we can't talk about something else. But why? Everyone in the world is talking about something else. Why don't you also, for a change, talk about all the time Vedanta and Atma and all that? Why? Very simple. Everyone wants to be happy.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Without exception.
Yes.
One lady said, I don't want to be happy. Oh, what happened? Why? He says, no, I have some sad stories that I tell all my friends, and when I tell my friends all these sad stories, they sympathize with me and I become happy. So, what do you want to be? Bolo. Happy. Okay. All of us, माता जी ऐसे जरा बाहर बैठो, हर रोज़ कहना पड़ता है, जरा उसकी कुर्सी बाहर करके बिठाओ ना उनको. Can someone take up this responsibility? Yes? Raghuji? Yes. Keep her chair outside only. So she doesn't go like that. I don't. And make her sit in the first row best. Every day I don't like anyone's face hidden. Okay? Is it okay? माता जी आपको मैं कह रही हूँ. ठीक है ना? देखो. Anyway. So, distraction for me. I want to see everyone's face. That is the problem. Okay. So क्या है? What is our this? Atma. किसी ने देखना. Why are we interested? Because Atma is Ananda Swarupa. It is what? Nitya, Ananta, Sukha Swarup hai. And everyone wants to be happy with zero exception. It doesn't matter whether a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a man or a woman or a child or a adult or a American or a Japanese or a anything, any race, creed, caste, color, whatever. We all want to be happy.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes. Now, is Ananda Lakshya?
No, we'll talk about, don't ask questions in between, please. Everyone accepted? Any question comes, write it down, don't interrupt. Okay, fine. So now where are we? Everyone. Now can I stop talking about Atma? Why? Because we all want happiness. That's a single goal of every one of us. You may say, I want to become PhD or I want to become XYZ or billionaire or millionaire, but in and through that you want to be happy. So, since Atma is Ananda Swarupa, is the very source of all happiness, we cannot say, forget Atma. Is that okay? That is why I will have to keep talking about what? Atma. So, Atma is what? A Shabda, a Sparsha, Ananta, etc. Right? We will prove that also during the course of time, why Atma is like that. So now this is the Lakshana of Atma. Right now we will just understand that it is said. Vimalananda said, scriptures say, that is why it is what? A Lakshana, a Nama Rupa. Now if that is the case, can Pratyaksha work?
No.
Come on, you have to decide for yourself inside here. Pratyaksha kaam karega kya?
Right.
Sure?
Sure.
All of you?
Yes.
If you can't, if you have a doubt, write it down, don't worry. Then the second one is what? Anuman. Will Anuman work? If Pratyaksha doesn't work, Anuman cannot work. Anuman is only based on Pratyaksha. Only if you have seen, you logically infer. So that will not work. है ना? Pratyaksha नहीं चलेगा तो अनुमान कैसे चलेगा? शब्द चलेगा क्या? नहीं चलेगा. अनुपलब्धि चलेगा क्या? नहीं चलेगा. So nothing will work. So now we are stuck. There is no praman. If there is no praman, there will be no prama. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Without praman, without a means of knowledge, there is no knowledge. Without eyes, there is no seeing. So, without a means of knowledge, we are stuck with it. What? No Atmajnanam. Now, you say, what? Atmajnanam will this. Remember, we said two types of attainment. Attainment of the thing already gained, attainment of the thing ungained. Remember, we proved that. When did you say that? So many days back. How do you think we will remember? Two types of attainment I had said, no? Aprapta prapti, prapta prapti. Do you remember?
Yes.
Everyone is looking completely like as though they don't know what I am talking. Remember I talked about the keys? Huh?
The child.
Only knowledge will give the thing, you know. So Atma falls in which category? Aprapta ki prapti ki prapta ki prapti. Prapta ki prapti. We have explained all this, right? So therefore don't forget all that. That's why the time that you get in between now, when you finished your japa, read all this, revise all this so that your knowledge, otherwise something gaya, wo kab bola pata nahi. Which time bola tha once upon a time. Aisa nahi ho jaye. Okay everyone, you have enough things to do without your mobiles and all that. You understand? So please do whatever. There is so many things that you can do. Right. So what happened now? Atmajnana. We need which pramana? There is no pramana. So therefore, they say there is something called Veda pramana. Apaurusheya pramana. Apaurusheya shabda pramana. There is a Shabda Pramana, but very different from any other Shabda Pramana. It is called Veda, is a Paurusheya Shabda Pramana. I will explain everything I say, so don't worry. Vedas are what? A Paurusheya Shabda Pramana. This is the means for Atmajnana. Now, why you call them Apaurusheya, etc.? Let us think. See, human creations have these 4 faults. Any human creation will have these 4 faults. Okay? Now, what are they? So, you don't worry, it is all written. Okay. It is written over here, so the names are already there, so you don't worry at all. Okay. One is called Brahma. That's on page 3. Now, so you don't need to write down. It's there, so you don't need to read also. I am going to explain. I am only telling you don't need to write because it's there. Now don't read. Now listen to me. Look at me. Okay. One is called what? Brahma. Brahma means what? When you write something, you have what? Illusions and delusions, and you write with all those individual illusions. Brahma. Inaccurate, because some delusory knowledge will be there. Then the second will be pramada. Pramada means inadvertence. Aren't there so many mistakes in what we write? Bolo. So many inadvertence, pramad, alas hai. Not enough effort is put in a creation. Don't we all find that happening all the time? We say, no, if I had to do it again, I would have done it better. That's why they say the biggest room is the room for improvement. है कि नहीं? जो भी करते हैं तो क्या होता है? I could do it better. I will do it better. So in our creation हम जो करते हैं उसमें क्या होता है? प्रमाद होता है. प्रमाद यानी हम इतनी जो मेहनत करके, अभी भी आपको पता है कि आप लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट आपको सबको नहीं लगता है कि और अच्छी तरह से मेहनत कर सकते हैं. डोंट यू ऑल फील दैट? इट्स पॉसिबल. इट इज पॉसिबल. ओके. So this is called what? Pramad. And this is just, I'm talking about this, but in any creation also, you write a book or you make something, you make a plan or anything, there is always scope for what? Improvement. There is, inadvertence, ye sab. Then the third one is called Karana Apatava. Karana Apatava means what? That the instruments, the limitations of the instruments which we use for instruments of the aids. Now, for example, I am writing a book and I do research with 5 different this. In those 5 books from which I got information, if they were wrong, what happens? The thing I write will be what? Wrong. There will be limitations in everything, right? Even my own. Supposing I should have researched some other thing which I did not. I was writing on something and I did not have enough information, so I gave some little wrong. Is it possible or not, all of this? Is it possible? Karana apatava. And the last one is vipralipsa. How much is our mind conditioned about everything? Isn't it true? Conditioning of the Karana vipralipsa means even the limitations of the senses. Supposing I say, I saw this, my eyesight is limited. With my eyesight, with my limitations, I see. And the other is the prejudice of the mind, the vasanas of the mind. So when you read something, don't we see, if you see a particular news channel, what do you know? Bolo. Okay, they will talk, this party is it true or not? Yes. In Tamil Nadu you have sun and moon. Moon is there? No. Which is there? Star. No, which one is there? Sun is one, but the other one is the opposite party is what? Star. 2 leaves. That's the name of the channel? Jayati. Bolo na. One is sun, one is Jaya. So immediately what will happen? Sun will say, Jaya will say, you understand? So it's so when you get the news, you know that it is this party's view, full stop. Any creation will have the prejudice or the vasanas or the inclination, because human mind is writing, so it's going to write about a particular thing in a particular way. So all these, ये सब दोष होते हैं किसमें? मनुष्य की जो कृति होती है उसमें ये सब होते ही है. You can't help it. Even though you minimize it, it will be there. ठीक है? So, what is said? That a creation which does not have that will only be authentic, right? No limitations. So that is why they call अपौरुषेय. पुरुष के भी बनाया नहीं है, उसको अपौरुषेय कहते हैं. मनुष्य ने नहीं बनाया है. The Vedas are not the creation of human mind. Then what do you mean by that? I told you it is what knowledge? Revealed knowledge. याद है? यानी क्या? ध्यानस्थ अवस्था में बैठे उनको ये पूरा ज्ञान हुआ और उन्होंने बताया. Got this point? That is what it is. So it is not a human creation, and that is why, that is the means. And what is the subject matter? That which cannot be known by human intellect is being talked about. Is it okay? I already told you this. Topic, दो topic क्या है? वेद का, बोलो बोलो. Which are the two topics? Dharma and Brahma. I remember I said, I told you also that small little thing about action and the result of action, wo bhi we cannot calculate. Human mind has its own limit. Human instruments, all the advancement that you can do possible, still will not be able to tell us so many things about creation, and therefore that topic which cannot be known through human intellect is the main topic of the Vedas. Other things are by the by. Is it okay? So many things are talked about, but they are by the by. For example, in a storybook, the main character, whatever, they will talk, but they will also talk about the fashion of that time, right? But the main thing is a murder story or something like that, and they will talk something about fashion. You get the point? But what is the main book? Will you call it it's a fashion book? What will you call it? It's a crime book. You got my point? So similarly, the main topic is what? Dharma and Brahma. Other things are talked about. The main topic is Dharma and Brahma. Is it okay? Fine. So Vedas are apaurushaya. Now, also Vedas are called Nitya. Now let me explain this to you. Okay. When was the law of gravity created? Come on, answer. When was the law of gravity created? Everyone start answering. Come on.
The time of creation.
Can you say Newton created the law of gravity? No, he only discovered. It was not created. So when creation was there, that time the law, anything that was created, the law governing that thing was created at the time it was created. Is it okay? So law of gravity was created with the things governed by the law of gravity. गुरुत्व आकर्षण का नियम, जब गुरुत्व आकर्षण के नियम से जो भी चीज़ बाधित क्या है, बंधन में है, उसकी लॉ के अनुसार है, वो तब क्रिएट हुआ है कि नहीं? It's created at that time. Having understood that, what will happen to gravity when there is dissolution of the world? What will happen to the law of gravity when there is dissolution of the world? I am talking about the law of gravity.
Law will void. There will not come to gravity also. It will still be there.
Will it be there or will it not be there?
Not be there.
Not be there? There. See, I want everyone, some of them are not talking. Why? Because then why should I be wrong? Everyone should be speaking, okay? It doesn't matter whether I want everyone to speak because you are committing, you are understanding. If you don't speak, what happens? You are not committing to anything. So let's have this. What does it matter if we are wrong? Does it matter?
No.
Don't make it a prestige issue. Is it okay?
Yeah.
We are here to learn. How many of you have problems being wrong? You have problems being wrong?
Unconsciously.
Unconsciously. Many times it happens. Even to admit this is good. Most of us have. A lot of them, why I don't want to be wrong. And then you will argue to say, no, I'm right. It happens. This is human intellect, and the ego it will play. It will have its own this. So don't think ego becomes just like that just because you sit in this class and with this dress. It doesn't happen. It remains there. So I want you all to take that ego and drop it in a waste basket. Okay, we are here to learn. Is it okay? Is it okay to be wrong? Is it fine?
Yes.
Why? Because we are here to learn. How are you going to say, I am right with that attitude? If you said nothing can go in. Is that okay? And why is it a prestige issue? No one is going to know also that you were wrong. Okay? Fine. Don't make it a prestige issue. So, what happened to this law of gravity? Law of gravity, what happened? I will explain to you. you will say, why didn't you first explain instead of asking us? Why? Because you would not think. According to me, the worst thing a teacher can do is to stop students from thinking. The minute you get an answer, you stop thinking. So that's why I don't like answers, basically. I prefer questions. Why? Because then that makes you think. If I give answer, the minute I give you answer, you will write it down and happily forget the matter. होता है कि नहीं होता है? That is why I am asking the question and leaving it in your mind कि चलो think. Don't become insecure about this. तो मैं स्कूल में है ऐसे लगता है. अरे what no? We are all the babies only in this. Many times no, I have seen some people become very insecure. They don't like it. Why are you making? अरे बाबा हम सीखने बैठे अरे. ठीक है. Are you all comfortable with this? So, what happens to that law of gravity? Oh, Newton, please help us. Okay, fine. Now, see, the law manifested with the thing governed by the law. गुरुत्वाकर्षण का नियम क्या हुआ? अभिव्यक्त हुआ. जब पृथ्वी वगैरह सब अभिव्यक्त हुए, तब वो नियम अभिव्यक्त हुआ. It got manifested. When the creation went into dissolution, creation itself became unmanifest. The law governing that also became what? Unmanifest. It did not get destroyed. That is why don't they say in the law of conservation of matter and energy, neither is destroyed, it only changes from one to the other. Is it true or not? Similarly, from manifest to unmanifest, that is called dissolution. From unmanifest to manifest is called creation. Similarly, the law also goes into unmanifest and then it becomes manifest. It does not get destroyed, and that is why those nitya niyamas, those which is this nitya jnanam, is given in the Vedas, and therefore it is called what? Nitya Sanatana. Now you understand the meaning of the word Sanatana. Why is it called Sanatana? Because it talks about eternal truths that govern creation. You understand the greatness and the glory now, everyone? Please, Sanatan Dharma ki. Right? And so interestingly, people are very interesting. This is Sanatan Dharma, so it will never get destroyed. Hare Rama. This Sanatana Dharma is where? In the minds and the hearts and the books. Is it true or not? Where is it right now available? If all of them stop following Sanatan Dharma, what will happen? Or understanding the truths of Sanatan Dharma, what will happen? It will become avyakta. Are you understanding? So people always say, it will always last. The law's gravity will always last, but there will be no one discovering it. Are you understanding it or not? Was the gravity there before before our Newton or not? Of course it was there. And will it be or not? But having discovered, has it not given a lot of advantage to all of us? Come on. And why are the scientists all the time discovering? Why? If it will remain now, if the scientists don't discover also, will it remain or not remain? Yes. But will it be of any use to us? No. Got it? But when it's discovered, we can do so many things with it. Similarly, the Vedas also, they are giving Sanatan truths. But what happens there if there are no takers, if there are no followers, if there are no people who actually implement and understand and know it, it will what? Are you understanding? So should we learn about Sanatan Dharma or not? सीखना चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए? And we are the inheritors. अरे रामा, ये आपकी क्या है? उसको क्या कहते हैं? धरोहर है. It's your heritage. It's your inheritance. So what should you do? Oh, nice book we make and bowl. No. What should you do? Learn it and pass it on to the next generation. समझे? At least a little of it. It's vast. At least a little of it. Pass it to the next generation. Okay, I can't do it. Okay, support people who do it. Is it okay? And don't come down on them. Worst is when we come down on them, say, hey, they're all communalists and this and the Sanatanis and this. Don't we say all nonsense about them? Bolo? They have Hindu agenda. Arey, what Hindu? Sanatan dharma hai ya kya hai? Are you understanding? Yes or no? Haven't you all heard all this nonsense, and haven't you also sometimes spoken it all? Hidden agenda of the government. Arey? Ridiculous. And we also buy it, and we are all political. Arey, what nonsense political? Here is a person, this great man called Narendra Modi, absolutely great person, trying his level best to what? Preserve and see that things happen. The national education policy, till now it was completely being guided by what? Communists. Completely. One of the greatest thing, if that national education policy is followed, is going to be one of the greatest thing that happens to the country. Are you all understanding? Bolo bhai. Now, so Vedas are what? Apaurusheya, Nitya, and there are two ways it is said it comes to us. One, we say what? The mantra drashtas realized it in their seat of meditation. This is what we have understood. And the second is Yasya Nishwasitam Vedaha. It is the creation of God, we say. What do you mean by creation of God? These laws are created by God, right? If at all you want to call that, because they come with creation, they come. You say, no, where does God come in the picture? Are Rama, if there is a law, there is a lawmaker.
Yes.
Bolo na.
Yes.
Is it simple logic or not? Right? If you want him called factor X or alpha or beta, I don't care. But if there is a law, there is a lawmaker, full stop. Whatever be the law. If there is a law, there is a lawmaker, a sentient lawmaker. We say, what is, you are saying a sentient lawmaker? No, I say, it is nature, nature's law. Yes, even if it is nature's law, there has to be a creator, right? Anything has to have a creator or not. And the creator has to be what? A sentient person. Once scientists came to God and said, God, you can happily retire. So this is why, this is now we've got everything in our hand. We can do everything. Okay? We've created everything, we've got everything all figured out, everything. We don't need you anymore. We can clone people also. We can do everything. You retire. It's time that you, this. So God said, I would love to retire. That would be a very good thing for me also. But I want to see whether you folks can really do your job or not. Once you prove to me, I'll retire. Okay, fine, good. So then they are all ready saying, tell us, we've got all our instruments set up, everything, please tell us, what can we do? He says, make a pot. What? They felt insulted. They said, kya? Arey, hum log kya nahi bana sakte hain? And here he is telling us what? You are insulting our intellect. You are asking us to make a pot. Huh? He says, no, just make a pot and then I'll leave you alone if you can make a pot. They say, okay, bring mud. He says, don't touch that mud. I created it. Are you understanding? Don't touch that. I created it. You make your own mud. Are you understanding? Panch Mahabhut hai na, sab kuch to hai. Uske baad mein sab. Samjhe? If there is a law, there is a lawmaker. Okay, fine. So that is why it is said in our scriptures only, Yasya Nishwasitam Vedaha. It's the very breath of God. Meaning it's created effortlessly by God. These laws, nature laws, are created by this. So whatever it is, whether you believe in God or not, the laws are there, and they were discovered and they were compiled into four. Rigved, Yajurved, Samaved, Atharvaved. And each of these Vedas is divided into three sections. Karma Kand, Upasana Kand, Jnana. We have seen all this, right? So all these are now. We are going to talk about which Kanda? Jnana Kanda. And through the day what are we doing, which we are following what kanda? Upasana kanda. You understand, throughout the day we are following Upasana kanda, but in this class we are doing what? Jnana kanda. Now, in the four Vedas, is the knowledge given in the four Vedas different or the same? Same. So have you heard on something called Mahavakyas? So each of the Mahavakyas are there in one of the Vedas. They are taken. We'll talk about Mahavakyas later on a little bit. But these four, this have one Mahavakya, so to speak, to show that all the Vedas talk the same truth. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead now. Now we come to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Okay. So before we go into Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, we have what is Upanishad. So Upanishad is also called Jnana Kanda, Vedanta, Upanishad. These three are Paryayavachi Shabda. They are the same thing, same meaning, synonyms. Okay, what are they? Which are the three words? Vedanta, ज्ञान कांड और उपनिषद, ये तीनों शब्द एक अर्थ के होते हैं, वो अलग अलग अर्थ होता नहीं है. इज दैट ओके? उसको वेदांत भी कहते हैं, उपनिषद भी कहते हैं और ज्ञान कांड भी कहते हैं. तो ये तीनों जो होते हैं. ओके. नाउ व्हाट इज उपनिषद? सो इट इज मेड, तीन ये हैं. उपसर्ग है, उपसर्ग यानी प्रीफिक्स. नी वो भी उपसर्ग है, दूसरा प्रीफिक्स. एंड सद इज द वर्ब. On the verb sad, the two, this is added. Prefixes are added. What are the two prefixes? Upa plus ni. Upa यानी ऊपर, नी यानी नीचे. So जो एंड ज्ञान जो ऊपर से नीचे जाता है उसको उपनिषद कहते हैं. Another one is upa means near, ni means नीचे. So when sad is to sit, so that knowledge that you gain when you sit near and down, then that knowledge is called Upanishad. Near whom? Near the Guru. Niche where? Down. Why? Because knowledge flows better where? Like a river, from up to down. What do you mean by that? The Guru knows, the teacher learns, right? I mean, the student learns, the Guru teaches the disciple. Okay, fine. What do you mean by that? Now, when the Shishya sits down means what? Looks up to the teacher. Nowadays, no, they have these lecture halls now, very interesting. The teacher is where? And the student is where? So what happens? He becomes very good target for. So the teacher looks up to the students. Oh, great students. And they are all busy texting, eating, drinking, doing anything. And interestingly, this is a very great, that is why our Vedic time was so different, even this. And the Gurukul teaching is so different for this reason. You know, it goes on a fundamental difference in the world, and especially in the present time. It is as though the teacher's responsibility completely to teach the children. And nowadays, teachers have become entertainers rather than teachers. Is it true or not? You have to do activity and you have to somehow do something to get the attention, and they'll say, what nonsense, I don't want to. Is it a fact or not? And everything is blamed on the teacher. वो ठीक से सिखाता नहीं है, वो ये नहीं करता है, he should do that, she should do that, and मैं क्या करूँगा? What will I do? Is it a fact or not? So that is why what do we say? Sahaviryam karavavahe. You understand this? It is not like that. Students nowadays, I'm telling you, उसको न गुस्से से देख सकते हैं, बोल तो सकते ही नहीं है, मार भी नहीं सकते. Is it true or not? And वो अपना जो करना है करता है. Spoiled brats come to school and the poor teacher has a tough job. Is it a fact or not? Complete spoiled brats. And then the attention deficit. इधर भागेंगे, बेचारा टीचर का हालत खराब. And everything is blamed only on the teacher. Luckily, so far in the Adhyatmik Kshetra, this has remained. We say what? Sahavirya. Sahavirya means both have to make efforts. I am doing my best. Do you agree with me? कोई yes नहीं बराबर बोलता है. Are you doubting that? Now what should you do? Who should do the best? You should do the best. Others say, okay, dare teach me. Try. If you can, try your best. You also try. What? Are you getting the point? Sahavirya. The teacher says, I'm going to teach you. You have to come up to my level. Every time you come down to the level of the student, come down. Arey Rabba, tum to kuch effort karo. Are you understanding that? This is a common thing in this. You have to come down to the level of the student. Come down to the... Arey? You will always be down if you don't try to. Samjhe, bolo. Especially in this knowledge. In the end, you will have to come up to the level what the teacher is pointing. Is that okay? That is why we pray together. We pray together before this, we pray together and say, make us connect to that which is the higher. Have you understood? So, upa, near the teacher. Near the teacher doesn't mean that if you're a first bencher, you get better knowledge. That is not the point. Near means near the mind of the teacher. Should get tuned to the mind of the teacher. This is extremely important, okay? This is extremely important. That doesn't mean you have to know what is the past of the teacher or anything. That is not the way to get is it okay? I'll tell you how. In the good old days, they used to serve the teacher. That's how they used to. Then they would know everything. Whatever the teacher is saying, ishara se ho jata tha. That's why Nachiket was considered as the best of the student. Why? Because he himself says, when the teacher tells, before the teacher tells, the student knows what is in the mind and does it, such is the best student. The second is, does only when told. And the third is, after being told also. This is how it is said in the Kathopanishad, it's very clearly said. Now, as far as this is concerned, how do you tune up? Let me explain this to you. When we were in the Sandipani, I was studying in the Gurukula in the Bombay ashram, some strange things used to happen. I would have a question and that question would get answered. Maybe next session or definitely during that day. Somehow or the other. Guruji would speak that. And then I went to him because it was happening for some time and I went to him and I said, Guruji, do you read minds? He said, why do you ask this? I said, do you read my mind? Specifically I asked him, do you read? The answer he gave was very nice. It's actually these gurus are very good for our ego basically. He says, I have better things to do. Very nice. I have better things to do. Why should I read? Aapka man kyun padhu main? Mere ko aur kaam nahi hai, dhanda hai kya? So, I have better things to do. So I said, but this is happening, everything. I just have a question. I sit in my room and I'm thinking about all Vedanta, what you have said, it's going on in my mind and I have a question. And the next session, it gets answered. How many of you have had this happening? It will happen. It will keep happening. If you stay tuned, it's going to happen. That is why don't get this about it. Okay, question, it will come. It will just come sometimes. Still you keep your questions. I'm not saying don't keep your questions. Keep them. Some will get answered, some you will need to ask. Fine. So what does it mean? Then he said, don't worry, this is good. I'm not reading your mind, but it is going to happen. You have to get tuned up to the what? Mind of the Guru. And I'm telling you, if you stay tuned, even if it is not about this, I will have to talk it. Why? Because there is a demand, there has to be a supply. You got the point. If there is a sincere demand, there will be a sincere, there is be a supply. There is no doubt. This is the law of Bhagwan. Okay. So, creating the demand is whose job? Bolo. Right demand. If you get the wrong demand. So then whenever people blame teacher ऐसा है, guru ऐसा है, आपका demand ऐसा है. Have you understood? बोलो, जैसा demand वैसा supply. You have the wrong demand? By God, you'll get the wrong supply. Is it okay? And even from the greatest of guru, if your demand from that guru is not the highest, you won't get the highest. You will get, because one person took Gurudev in their factory. Okay, fine. Everywhere they went and all. New factory, very good. Blessings of Gurudev, absolutely required. Fine, wonderful. Then he kept on taking one, this after the other, this corner, that corner, that corner. Kept on doing. He already went to the factory, says, no, you're there also. So Gurudev told him, instead of getting the bricks and the mortar blessed, why don't you get yourself blessed? You get the point. Hota hai sahi. You go to a great guru also and then you ask for what? So what happens? That's what you get. Are you with me? इसलिए हमारे भगवान लोग ऐसे बैठते खड़े रहते हैं, देखते क्या डिमांड है, तथास्तु तथास्तु. बोले मेरे, no one's asking for me, everyone's asking for something else only. Understand? And he keeps his hand far from him also. They don't want me at all. They just want anything other than me. Okay, fine. So, upa, near. Near means tuning your mind. Ni means nischayana. You sit with this determination. Yes. Nischay purvak. One is humility. You sit down. The other is what? With firm determination. Yes, I want the truth. Yes, I want nothing but the truth. I want the highest. सबसे श्रेष्ठ चीज़ ही मुझे चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. ऐसे निश्चय ना. And Shad. Shad is that knowledge, Visharane, which will exhaust all your vasanas, which will destroy your ignorance. Upanishad is that knowledge which you get when you sit near a guru and listen to the Vedas, which destroys all our ignorance and exhausts all our vasanas. Upanishad. That is the meaning. Okay. Now Gurudev dramatizes how this dialogue between the Guru and Shishya happens. He has his own unique way, the greatest of great masters. Whenever I say Gurudev, I mean Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, and whenever I say Guruji, I would mean Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananda. Okay, so you will understand. And there is also Tapan Maharaj. You can see all of them. We have a very beautiful stage where all our parampara is Bhagwan Vedavyasa is there, Shankaracharya ji is there, and behind the stage there is also the Veda Mata. The book is actual the Vedas. The Vedas, that's why according to us it's Veda Mata. We worship that. That's why we put a lamp also, and Padukas are there of Guru, everything. You see the stage. It's got everything over here. So, all the worships God that you got is all here, right? Murga is here and everyone is there. Ganesh and Devi and everything. Right. Now, how does this happen? The meeting between the Guru and the Shishya. Now, how the Upanishad part happens, he describes it in his own unique way. I can never say it as beautifully as he says, but I'll just try. Anyways, what he would tell us. This Shishya is there. And all of them, whenever there is this urge, that's absolute, I want this knowledge, they all go to Himalayas. Have you noticed that? In the good old days, they would go up to Rishikesh. And after that, there was only walking. There is nothing. Now there are flights all over the place. And even the roads and all, there was this Pagdandi. Pagdandi means pathways. Gurudev's time also the same thing. So sometimes I always feel he's describing himself when he says all that. Just feels that. So what happens? He goes and then he says, I want a guru. I want someone to teach me. He has seen Parikshya Lokan Karmachitan Brahmanaha Nirvedama. He's seen the world, he's understood the hollowness of all that, and he says, I want to seek something greater, higher, better. something that will release me from all the troubles that I have. So I want that. So he starts walking. He keeps walking, and as he goes higher, what happens? In the Himalayas, initially there was some dog that followed. Then the dog, why? Because the dog knows that whenever this person eats, he will give something also to the dog. Then after it got a little time, the dog gave up on this guy. He has nothing, hardly food is coming, so there is no point in following him. Then what? Gurudev used to say, nature loves a seeker. This statement I always, it means so much. Nature always loves a seeker. So he says, nature hugs the seeker and then takes away whatever it can from him. So he's got his own dhoti and all that. Slowly the dhoti starts tearing. That's what he means. It takes away. It's just, and he doesn't care. He wants to go higher and higher, searching for days and days of walking, sometimes for almost a whole day, no food at all. Otherwise, because the villagers definitely give. Over there, they're very different type of this. So he goes, and then finally, he goes high up. He sees some kutia far away, and he sees one person sitting there, happy, quiet, peace on his face. And he's already tired, exhausted, hungry. He goes there and he says, I have come to you. Please teach me. So he sees his condition. He says, first go and bathe in Gangaji. He gives him some food. He says, go and rest. Next morning he comes and says, okay, every day do your regular sadhana. Then we will see. So he starts serving the Guru. He, tries to get whatever food they can, lives together, sits in the banks of Ganga, whatever meditation he can do and sadhana, he keeps doing it, observes the Guru and that complete serenity and bliss that he seems to be living in, and then he gets attracted more and more, understands the greatness of this man. The Guru is not teaching still. Then one day, after he's finished his, early morning Ganga Snanam, वो आता है, गुरु के पास आता है, गुरु कहते हैं, चलो, हम दोनों साथ में ये करेंगे. They do what is called Shanti Mantra. Then the Guru and the Shishya start what? The dialogue. I always feel he's describing himself because we all know that Shivanand Maharaj was there, and then Shivanand Maharaj sent him to Tapon Maharaj, and he had to walk. There was no bus or anything. From Rishikesh to Uttarkashi, he walked. And if you go to Uttarkashi, Tapon Kuti, it is only a kuti. That ashram and all came later. A small kuti. That's it. And he was sitting there. And Guru and Shishya came together and the dialogue started. So now we have prepared everything. We will start with the Shanti Mantra tomorrow and we will start the Upanishad, what we have to study. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.